Scorpio, welcome to my channel. I'm Raven from Norway, and I realized that I'm a tarot reader. Yeah, I can go pro. I am pro. I mean, when you get paid, you're a pro. Basically, I realized that today that I really don't know anything about Lenormand, except that I am now officially a Lenormand student. Now, the reason it's been working so well reading the Lenormand cards is because of one reason. I have the Spanish cards here somewhere. Let's see here. So I learned the meaning of like these are diamonds. For example, so this would be 6 of coins, and it is really in the original Spanish cards that are derived from tarot cards. And by using symbols like astrological symbols and combining them with numbers, if you have a clue about a little bit numerology and what you see in the picture and where you place them, the Lenormand cards have been a beautiful asset for me to combine with tarot cards. Now, I realized that I want to know what it really means. I mean, there is something here which is missing. Then I go in to learn and to have a look. And I realized that, oh, I'm a noob. I know shit. I know how, I can do, and we are going to do one now. We're going to do how I do it right now. But I'm also, it turns out that it's an entire system with houses, how you chain them and where you place this house, if you place this card, the 3 hearts, in the house of the snake, you have to combine those. But it's simple when you know it. Just like it sounds like knowing 78 cards of tarot is complicated, but it's not for me, right? And this is just 36 cards. But how to? I'm still now. I realize that we are going to use Lenormand. And right now I'm just going, you can use it the way you want to use it, the way that you are comfortable with. But of course I want to be, I want to know it all. So what I do is that you can use as many books as you want. Someone are saying, try not to confuse yourself. You can buy a sheet with the different houses on each sheet, and there are 36 columns that you are putting on. And I tried to make one today by hand and paper and all that. That did not go great. But in the meanwhile, I will memorize the cards because there's only 36 cards. And there are many ways you can combine them. And today, Scorpios, I'm doing Scorpios. I'm staying safe. We are going to do a simple read where I'm using the astrological houses, and where I'm a little bit unsure on the meaning, the answer is right in here, and it's not a really long one. Okay, so the general energies for me, I'm on quite an adventure. I did reveal that to you yesterday. I'm going to reveal it to you again, and many of you might be on that adventure. So one style I'm going to show you now, and that I'm going to do, is that I'm simply going to put all the astrological 12 houses, not in a circle, but just 6 cards, which represent the astrological houses, and combine my knowledge with that house. And if there's something I'm unsure about, the answer is in here. So let's have a look. Let's have a look about the Scorpio summer and your adventure. Okay, so there is one more style where I want to show you. I will see if I can do it today. I have a castle I need to wash down before I leave to Norway in a few days. So for now, show me the Scorpion adventurous summer. Show me the Scorpion adventurous summer. So someone, she would activate. So the Scorpion in this case, who is the Scorpion? Well, in this case, it doesn't matter because we are going to use your house, the Scorpion house. Okay, but let's say you are a woman. Then you look for the woman inside here. Let's say you are looking for a bouquet, you are missing a bouquet, and you're looking for the bouquet in here. But that's another system. Right now we are just going to use the 12 houses, and let's see what is going on with the house of Scorpio. So I'm putting them up my way now to make it as easy as possible, but you'll get it. Now I like this what you do not see coming kind of things in the bottom here, and you see birds, they symbolize this chatter. They're having quite fun. Number 3 is one meaning inside the Lenormand card, and number 3 has another meaning when it comes to tarot, and it has a third meaning when it comes to this. Now we are going to stick to the astrological meaning, which is communication. Communication, which is here a lot of birds, what you do not see coming, and what I see is that some of you might go on quite the adventure and have a lot of fun. Now what we also do see here are 7 of coins, so there is something here about waiting, about patience. Okay, so that's how I do it now. It's not the necessarily correct way. You can say, no, you're not supposed to do it like that. There isn't really no answer how to do it in that, you know, there really is no answer. So how you make it work for you, works for you. If it works for you, then the universe will support you. Now we're going to open the card of the first house. I'm not going to read them in reversal, we have enough. So the 8 is about death and transformation. Now, I'm going to be directly with you. When this is showing up, you have 4 of Swords. It can be death, just like death in the tarot and combined with Saturn. Here we have an actual coffin. And it is in the first house we are taking action. Okay? So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, it is an ending. And it can be a financial ending because this is 9 of coins. This can also be an ending of your independence. Okay. So this is fire. The fire is going out, basically. I'm going to put it like that so you can see it. See the beautiful artwork. This like that. Oh, one of my beautiful, beautiful ones. So the second house, which is the house of Taurus, and here we have a lot of earth. We have I'm sorry, again, for those of you who don't know, I have something called dyscalculia, so I have a little bit trouble counting sometimes. I can count, but I count a little bit slow. So 4, we have 9 of hearts. So 9 of hearts is also an ending in one way, okay? 1 is all about taking action. It's Aries energy, and this is in the woods. So this is one of my favorite cards. It's about the horned god. Now I'm a little bit unsure of the complete meaning of this, except that 9 of hearts is that I love myself. I'm emotionally fulfilled, you know. So I'm not going to use this a lot because we want to make this a short read. So this is about communication. This house relates to the citizen's engagement with the world. It can indicate the message that is being transmitted to the world by their behavior. So very often when we read, not in this case necessarily, it is also what is on the side here. So it can have a meaning. I will feel it, okay? I will use my amazing intuition to find out where this. So here we have some obstacles regarding communication, and I'm pretty sure of it because not only are we placed in the astrological house of 3, but we also have the number 3, 2 and 1. And so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 of wands, which means that it might be someone who are coming towards you and are trying to reach out regarding a message. And let's see, because the message is here, the mountain. So the house relates to and describes the enduring nature of survival and growth. The mountains were carved out by glaciers and stand as testament to great strength. This house shows the city's essential backbone, a place of sanctuary and protection from hostility. Furthermore, it shows the potential for drawing upon hidden resources which are naturally available when we are forced to extract them. Alternatively, this position can show you great obstacle at this time. So in this case, it's not the Lenormand house that they refer to in there. We are now using the astrological house, but the mountain is a mountain. And we all know, Lord of the Rings, that there are many interesting things hidden in the mountain. Now, this is a family. This is the house of the family. And this shows that there could be some conflict in your family. So you might need to defend yourself. It might be people who have less and they are literally sucking on your, I'm not supposed to say I'm still doing it. They are sucking on your resources because they have none. And they realize that, oh, that's nice, because when we suck on your resources, we never end out of our own. I mean, we can prolong our own resources, okay? So I'm going to make that one short. And you see here, some of you are literally too kind. This is the house of fun, adventure, and this everything amazing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 8 of hearts, which is about removing yourself emotionally from a situation. Here she's walking alone, and I see she is kind of, she's not training. The moon is giving her power, and she's placed in the house of fun. And it's also house of fun is Leo. It's also number 5 here. So it's also a lot of fun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And yet she's distancing herself. Perhaps in this case, some of you got really tired and bored of people who are, gnagging on your cheese. That did not sound good either. I want to say your wallet, your food. So it can have a lot to do with that. They are beside each other, and so that she's removing herself, it's not necessarily a no-no just because we are doing it astrologically. So the moon reflects into its own house and gives the card above a deeper meaning. Now, there is no card above here, but there's a card below here. So I'm not going to fiddle with that. But we do learn. We do learn already. Now you also know that if I had put a card above here, which is the Tower, by the way. The card above a deeper meaning, which should be delved into below the surface. So there's something here, which is, I feel depressing. That should be pushed down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, this is usually the card where this is the house of Virgo. This is the house of systematizing, where we are systemizing things, where we are organizing things, where we are, this is also the house of work. And here we have the sun, and there is an opportunity here. She is also alone. So it's like a little bit yin and yang. I get this feeling of yin and yang. It might be that right now there are possibilities for you regarding work where you really will, something that will make you happy. The sun shines brightly and illuminates. This is about will, by the way, and illuminates the card in its house, giving it focus, intent, and more power than it might otherwise warrant in a reading. It shows that will develop and bring you most fortune in overall situations. So whoever are working or whatever, it's something good going on right now, okay? I don't like this card so much, but let's see, because we have 7 of Swords here, and she looks really happy, but this is placed in the astrological house of love, of marriage, of friendship. The 7th house is also ruled by Venus. Now, she is so happy because she's getting a card. Now, 7 of Swords, for me these are swords, for now anyway, is deception. But does the card mean deception? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. The messages are so short, I might as well give you a little bit more from them. The house of the letter is where considerate communications must be made. The card in this house must be considered than not, and those around it should be seen in the light of consideration and sympathy. So I don't know why they play 7 of Swords right there. I don't know. This is part of, I mean, if you are a Lenormand expert, please give me a feedback on that. But for me, it's about deception and it's about love. Something is manipulating it. And it's also about something that is finishing, a finish line. It's number 9. It's something, a cycle is over, okay? So usually as a female myself, if there is a problem I pluck myself as a girl out of the stack. That's something I learned today. Now, she's in the 8th house, and there is 1 sword here, which would be could indicate 8 of Swords. But this is about death. This is about destruction and all those things. Like I said, and this is the actual house of death and destruction, but also for something that is growing, new life. Okay. So I want to read the meaning, because just putting them like this, oh, is she going to die? No. So in another read where they are combined with tarot, I could channel this card and analyze it as it is, but because they are placed as they are astrologically, and it's not much to go around necessarily, we are using the book, okay? Huni. Intuitive. So this is about intuition. The house of the lady is the feminine house with all the stereotypes and archetypes of that image. I suppose she's not me after all. I think I'm sitting right there. That's cute. So in your 9th house, we have 6, which normally means the lovers. And in astrology, it is Virgo, actually. But let's see. What is going on in the house where you are traveling, where there is higher learning. There is a man here with a heart, which would equalize a chalice. So what is going on here? Oh, that's a lot. This is actually the heart card. In another deck I have, it's two swans, actually. So all the Lenormand cards might have, they do have different artists, so that's a good thing to know. In this house, like the Cowardly Lion in The Wizard of Oz, this is the center of courage and being true to your own self. It is the house of exposing your center and being strong in the broken places. This is the house of all hearts, of all heart. Here lies within all the wonderful things connected with having heart, courage, kindness, consideration. As if often said about somebody who is very loving and open, they are all heart. So this is this is it in abundance, to have this house as the underlying energy of a question issue. It means that heart is the crux of it, the cruise of it. The other saying about the heart is their heart was not in it. And that is normally when somebody has given up on fighting the good fight. It just was not worth the pain. Getting to the underlying house of an issue will open the door to a solution. So what we could do, if I had more time, is put smaller cards and like I always do, to extend the meaning of them. But for now, we will leave it as they are. Now, this is the Gentleman. This is also a heart card. Let's see. So he's in the 10th house, house of the Capricorn. So here he's a fruity fairy little guy. And yet he is in the house where we are climbing mountains and making big things, business deals, etc., etc. Now, what does he have to say? Analytical. The house of the Gentleman is the masculine house with all the stereotypes and archetypes of masculinity. Stereotype. Funny. Okay, if that's a stereotype male, that's me. That's okay. The lady in the house of the Gentleman would show that a woman in the situation should take on a more masculine quality, depending on what that might mean for her and the other cards in the reading. So that is only if we are actually putting them in the Lenormand 36 spread. Lenormand house spread. Okay, now close to your career. Now we are in your career. Okay, and it's shown off as something masculine. All right, and close to this area there is a snake. Where you are doing career, where you are doing great things, there is a snake. And that's simple. You need to be careful. You need to take charge of, wherever you are in the world now. If you're doing, especially if you're doing well, you need to make sure that you got your shit under your control. So this is the house of temptation and timing. This is the 11th house of the Aquarius. Astrologically, okay, not Lenormandly. So knowing when to act on your impulses and when not to, slowly catch a monkey. He who waits will gain the prize by the means shown by the cards in this position. Last card is the 12th house. Usually is the 12th house is usually the subconsciousness. I have been asking myself, should I go back north to India or south to India? I miss my dog. The dog is always about loyalty. This is also about an ending. It's got hermit energies from astrological perception, of course. And it's full love. It's full love. This dog. It is also, as you can see, it is on the side of the snake, so it will protect you from the snake. If you really do love the dog, you will try to protect the dog as well. So let's have a check. What is, you know, it's all about loyalty. And let's see. I have been playing with a Norman card a little bit, so I'm not all blind to it, but and most of the symbols are very universal. So the dog, codependency. This is the house of need and being needed in return. There is a strong emphasis on loyalty and responsibility. The card here will show where you can find most trustworthy support. So wherever you are going, if you have a question, yes or no, like me, should I go there or should I not go there? For me, this is my answer as a Scorpio. Example, and what I do not see coming will be a lot of, you know, I could get a lot of attention if I travel to another culture. It will also say that, you know, if I go on that adventure, I'm also stopping something else in my life to happen. So, because when you are changing a habit, it's a small death. Because something new appears, right? So whatever this means for you, if it resonates, I hope some of the answers here might help you out. And for now, thank you for having a little bit fun with me, and wish me luck on continue studying these things, because you have to admit, it's fun and it's beautiful artwork. Catch you on the flip side.